Yo, welcome back to the BST 4 channel. Witness, what's going on? What's happening, man? Thank you guys for watching and checking out all the videos, man. Click the like button, click the subscribe button, and also too, man, ding the bell for hit the notifications on new videos that are coming up. So, man, we're at the Maverick. We've been doing suspension. I've done a lot of it already, just to breeze through this situation, man, because taping and all of that stuff is really tough. Well, I picked up a Boss 302 chassis modification book. It's pretty much the same as this chassis here, man. It's basically the Falcon chassis on this situation. Tower reinforcement plates. Now, it's not a must-have for the Maverick, but I had to go ahead and check this thing out, and I went and welded up right underneath here. So what I did was made something that kind of goes right up in there just like that. It's a little bit off. It's a little bit. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it happen. And we're gonna get this thing cleaned up underneath here. And made a set out of some old junk metal that I got at a junkyard and welded up a plate right underneath there. And also I started to weld underneath here and getting all of that stuff really, really tight and rigid. But the most important modification on your Ford Maverick will be this bar right here. You guys can't see it, but I'm going to basically show you what it is. It's a bar that goes across here, here, and here. Now, with that bar, that keeps these strut towers in check because its frame flexes. You know what I mean? It flexes. It's a unibody, but it still flexes. You may think that, you know, the bar going across here will kind of keep it in check. It'll still move. This one that goes from here to there to there, that's the most important one. Now you may say the belly bar, but the belly bar is really not too important, but it's good to have. The reason being is that the guys that used to race with the Mavericks, I spoke to a couple of old timers, they had Mavericks, they used to race them. The one guy took out the belly bar and he had a 302 V8 going down the track racing. Stomped on the thing, no problem. Frame didn't flex, nothing. Still had the same gaps on his hood. Then he wanted to shave off a couple, shave some time off on down on the track. So he said, man, I'm going to take out these frame bars. That was the worst thing he said he did. He did one pass, came back, hood was tweaked. So I'm going by the old timer. Again, sometimes when you're in the modern world, you have to go old school. And this is what I'm doing. Going old school. Have to. Now also too, I went and picked up some upper arms and lower arms. Now the lower arms, I want to thank the guy from eBay for giving me a good deal. They were all red. I painted them black, as you can see, and I welded a plate underneath here. Now the plate will make this a little bit more rigid. Now, could have got fancy and really did some, because this is some 240SX stuff here. I could have, chopped this right here, extended out 1 inch, 2 inch, and then welded back in. And I'll probably do that maybe later on. You know what I mean? They do have a modification that's quite similar in this book. I got a lot more stuff to do. As you can see here, this bar is bent. See that? Tweaked. The outer tie rod end is good on that. So me, not buying outer tie rod ends. They're good. I'm going to buy that one inner and straighten this one out here and buy some bushings and call it a day. But I'm going to probably try to see if I can get an upgraded front sway bar for this situation here. So again, man, like I was saying, I've been welding all up in here. Just keep welding. That is my main focus on this situation here, man. And right after welding, man, you just spray a little bed liner underneath there, man, and get it looking right. Mind you, the welds are not that great looking, but they penetrate it and it does work. Then later on, we definitely have to get inside this engine bay and get this stuff right. Then we got to work on the interior. I'm just putting the carpet, but I got to do the other seat on the other side. Still debating on electric seats on the passenger side. And we just have to stay at these projects, man, and get these things going and making sure that we have a decent project. When they first created mini bikes, man, it was in the pits way back in the days. These guys, man, they created something and said, man, look, man, we need something to bobble around in these pits. We ain't using these goddamn bicycles and stuff like that. So the guy just came up with some lawnmower engines and made this chassis right here, man. And I suggest that, man, if you got a hot rod, man, you got to have one of these things, man, just for the sake, for the old school. I built this for my son. He ended up riding this. He don't want this no more. So basically this is going to be the mini bike that goes with the Maverick. And I'm going to probably make the other mini bike to match the Crown Victoria. And that's what that's going to be. I have to get to this project because it means more than just doing it. The project keeps my mind level. There is no room for no bullshit in my head. And that's the beautiful shit. You know how sometimes when you sit home and you got nothing to do, or you feel you ain't got nothing to do, or your mind is just laying dormant and you ain't got nothing good to put inside, and then you start looking at some bullshit and get your ass in trouble. This thing right here keeps me sane. It keeps my mind clicking, keeps the creative juices going. So this project is bigger. All my projects are just bigger than just projects that I'm showing here on YouTube. They're just to keep my mind right, because that is the most important thing right about now. Clarity, mind clarification, knowing who you are, because we have to know who you are. Take some time out sometimes, sit down and figure out who you are. You'd be surprised that you don't know yourself. You don't know your abilities, your capabilities, or what you want to do in your life. That's why I had to change my life and start doing this. So again, this channel means more than just cars. It's about training your brain to do something else more constructive. Hopefully whatever you do constructive can turn into commerce for you in time. But you got to have the passion, you got to have the love to do this. I do. This is my whole life, is this. On this level. It's a very, very low level of customization on cars and mini bikes and whatever I can get my hands on. But this eases my mind. It's just like you smoking a joint, right? Putting it to your lips. This is my joint. It's green. This is my form of high. And everybody out there, you got to find your form of high. You know what I mean? So you got to take everything in moderation, man. So we'll check you guys out on the flip side. And I have to get back to doing these dash pods. Yep, this right here. You'll see it in the next video. See you guys.